Hi guys, so before this video starts, I just wanted to tell you that I uploaded 2 vlogs on my channel of my Mystic Falls trip. I separated it into part 1 and part 2, and I really want you guys to watch that video before you watch this one if you haven't already. It was seriously the trip of my dreams, and I had so much fun. We visited a ton of the sets from TVD, and we even stayed in a haunted hotel, so make sure to go watch those vlogs to see my first time experience at Mystic Falls. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this video is going to be a Q&A, but I'm super excited because it's going to be all about Mystic Falls. I talked about this video in the last vlog, the part 2 to the Mystic Falls vlogs, if you didn't watch the outro, but I basically told you guys that I'm going to be making this, which is a Q&A all about Mystic Falls, answering all of your questions about my trip, about Mystic Falls, in case any of you guys want to plan your own trip there. I'm so passionate about Mystic Falls, especially because you guys know I am the biggest TVD fan, and when I went, my experience was so good, and I want all of you guys who are TVD fans to have this amazing experience as well and get the most for your buck and see everything that you should see. And I just want to help and give you guys my tips and tricks, that way you guys know everything before going and you can plan accordingly. And I know a lot of you guys don't live in the United States, or you don't live close to Georgia, so I feel like this could just be fun to learn more about the town, of where TVD was filmed, and everything like that. My Instagram is Brooke Taylor Kier, and my Twitter is Brooke Taylor K. Make sure to go follow me on those platforms because I'm super active on there, and I love chatting with you guys and including you in videos like this. So I have all the questions here on my phone, and Gianni's in the other room right now, but when he's done doing his hair, he's actually going to join me because obviously, as you guys know, he went to Mystic Falls with me. So I feel like it'd be fun to get like a different perspective so he can tell you what he thinks you guys should do, his opinions on everything. That way you're getting like 2 different opinions. And then as for the questions, I noticed a lot of you guys were asking like the same things. So if it's a question like asked by a lot of people, I'm not going to include the username just because so many people asked a lot of the same questions. But if there's like a specific question, I'm going to include the username here on the screen rather than me just saying it every time. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there before it starts. Also, before we start, look at my beautiful blood bag. I'll talk about this more in the Q&A, and also on my TV right here. I don't know if you guys can see because I have my lights on, but I have TVD in the background. Okay, so I know I kind of rambled. I just wanted to tell you guys everything. So with that all being said, let's get on with the Q&A. Look who's here. Hi.
Hi.
So the first commonly asked question is, where is Mystic Falls? Is it a real town? What's the whole deal? Where is it? So the first thing is that it's actually in Covington, Georgia. So it's not called Mystic Falls, I don't think.
I think it is.
Is it? I don't know. If you look it up on like your Google Maps, it's gonna be called Mystic Falls, but it's actually Covington, Georgia. And another really commonly asked question was, do people live there? And yes, people live in Elena's house, Caroline's house, Graham's house, every house. And that's why in the vlog, if you guys watched part 2, we actually didn't go up to like the houses unless
especially Elena's house, because there's like kids playing in front of it.
If you're on the tour, which I'll get into more later, you can kind of go closer, and they have like boundaries that they talk to with the owners of like where you can go on the house and everything like that. But when you're doing it by yourself, it just almost feels like you're invading their privacy. Like Elena's house, a family lives there, and their little girl was like drawing chalk on like the sidewalk, and it just felt weird. So people do live there. Please be mindful of that. Be respectful. And then the most commonly asked questions out of everything was about our hotel. So I'll have the address here on the screen in case any of you guys want to stay here, look it up, or just want to like visit it when you go. So the name of the hotel is the 12 Oaks Bed and Breakfast, and it's a really cool hotel. All the 1864 scenes were filmed there. And like I said, it's called the 12 Oaks Bed and Breakfast. So when you book a room, you obviously get to have breakfast. They make it for you.
We didn't take advantage of that.
We didn't. We didn't stay for that long. If we were there for like another day, then we would have. Probably, yeah. But we wanted to wake up really early and just sightsee and stuff. And something I really want to mention, because this is like really important to me, the owners there are so sweet and they're very helpful. When you have a good customer service experience, it just makes the whole trip so much better. And the people who work there and own the hotel, they're very, very sweet. So that's something if you're curious about that. So if you didn't watch the 2 vlogs from our Mystic Falls trip, what are you doing? You totally should have watched it because duh. When you guys watched that, you saw we stayed in 2 separate rooms. So we stayed first in the Salvatore suite, and then we stayed in the Katherine room. So the main questions everybody was asking, it was about prices, about the whole entire trip. So for the hotels, there is a price difference between the 2 rooms. So the Salvatore suite was $259 a night, and then the Katherine room was $319 a night. So the Katherine room is more expensive because it's bigger, it's on the 2nd floor. They have like this like really insane shower, which I showed you guys in the vlog.
Wow. What was it called? The rib cage shower?
I don't even know.
Yeah, it was called the rib cage shower.
How do you know that?
Because it had a little sign.
Oh, really?
Next to it, yeah.
I didn't see that. But it was literally so insane. So that's why that room's more expensive. So which room did you like better?
My manhood wants to say
You can be honest.
The Salvatore room. But honestly, the Katherine room was so much, it was nicer, it was cozier, the bed was a bit better. Not to hate on the Salvatore room, it was cool. But like, I don't know, it was more cozy for sure, the other room.
See, that's funny. He likes the Katherine room better, but I like the Salvatore room better. Obviously, I'm the bigger TVD fan out of us 2, so I feel like it was more TVD-esque in the Salvatore room. To me, that room was way cozier because it's like really dark and like kind of like.
I don't like that.
He doesn't like that. It was
like rustic.
It was very spooky, to say the least.
Katherine is more modern.
It's very bright. Breakfast at Tiffany's meets Catherine Pierce. It's very good. What?
Although that's the one that I pick and you pick the other one.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, both rooms are great. I highly recommend both. But in my opinion, I would, if I had to only pick one of the rooms, I would have picked the Salvatore room. Lastly, for the hotel, what I want to mention is please book as far in advance before you trip as you can. We were lucky enough to be able to get the rooms that we got. Like, they have a bunch of other rooms that aren't TVD related that are still really nice, but obviously if you're going there, you're probably gonna want to stay in a TVD room. So basically, when we were going, I was planning on just booking the Salvatore room for both nights. And at the time when I booked it, it was a month in advance. And actually, one of the nights was already reserved, so we couldn't book it for that night. Luckily, the Katherine suite was open, but those 2 rooms are their best sellers. So if you want to stay in it, please book in advance. I was actually looking right now just because...
For fun.
I just wanted to look for fun, yeah, and that way I could talk about it in the video. They're completely booked for all of October and November, and I think December. So they're very, very busy. They're a really good hotel, and I think a lot of people want to stay there. So if you guys know 3 months in advance of when you're trying to go, please, please, please book in advance because I want you guys to experience it. It's literally so amazing.
It was cool.
So next we're going to talk about the tour. So I got so many questions asking about the tour and whether you should do it on your own or book the tour and everything like that. So I'm going to give you all the information that I can. First off, I want to start off with talking about what tour we're talking about. So we did the Vampire Stalkers tour. That's the name of the company. They actually also own the main gift shop there. There's 2 gift shops. There's the Vampire Stalkers and then the Alley gift shop. And both gift shops are great, but the Vampire Stalkers is the one with the tour. And everyone there is so, so sweet. They're all so very nice. And I really liked it. So the total of the tour is $55 per person, which honestly I think is a really good deal.
For what you do on the tour? Absolutely.
Also, I want to mention there's 2 types of tours. So originally we booked the walking tour, which is where you'll walk to all the sites, but for some reason ours got upgraded to the tram. So basically they have this little tram. I would almost describe it like the trams to Disneyland, but way shorter. So in the tram, they basically drive you to all the locations. They will pull over, drop you off, and then explain everything of where you're visiting. You guys can take your pictures and then you can go, which is really, really cool. So now I'm going to talk about what you get to see on the tour and everything like that. So the first place we went to was this kind of, what would you say, like a park? It's kind of like a park, and a lot of scenes were filmed there. A lot of the Whitmore College scenes were filmed there. The Elena kiss scene was filmed there. Also, I believe Jenna's funeral was filmed there. A lot of things were filmed there. A lot of funerals.
A lot of the cemetery scenes were filmed there, they say.
So that was really cool to see because obviously a lot of people love the Elena kiss scene, including myself. And then the next place... No, he's Team Stelena, I'm Team Delana. Let me know what team you are in the comments. And then you get to go to Caroline and Elena's house. I'll talk about more about the locations of everything like that. I just kind of want to tell you where you go on the tour. So you get to go to Caroline's house, Elena's house, the town square, obviously. That's where the tour ends. But the main reason I booked the tour was for the Lockwood mansion. So this is why I booked the tour and didn't just do it all for ourselves. Like, basically, with the Vampire Stalkers, you get to go inside, past the gates to the Lockwood mansion, see the front of the house, and get to see the entire backyard and take pictures. You don't get to go inside the house, which is totally understandable because someone lives there. We actually met the guy who owns the house, and fun fact, he was actually in TVD. So we met someone who was on TVD. He played the bartender in the Masquerade Ball like scenes or that episode. So the bartender in that, his name's Ben. He owns the Lockwood mansion, and you get to see everything, take pictures, and it's so surreal. I think that was the coolest thing to see.
I think that alone is worth paying for the tour. Just the Lockwood mansion, because there's the backyard, they have ducks, they have swans.
The ducks are named after characters from the show too. It's so cute.
And it makes sense how all of it kind of creates this huge atmosphere in the episode, because it's huge back there.
So big.
I think it was $10 million real estate price, something like that. Yeah.
So for my opinion, I would recommend the tour because you get to see all this stuff, but the only downside with the tour is you are not allowed to take videos. And that's something that like is like because you can take pictures, and pictures are worth 1,000 words. Is that what they say?
Yeah, but you can also like kind of sneak videos. Low-key. Not that we did.
Not that we
You can check the vlog.
You can check the
and
vlog.
see if we're telling the truth.
And also, why I recommend the tour so much is because if you feel like you didn't get enough time at a certain spot, you can always go back to it when you're done, because the tour is from 9 to 12 a.m. So you get done at 12, you can go eat, and then just go to all the other sites afterwards like we did. Also, if you don't book the tour, you don't get to learn a bunch of cool facts that you probably wouldn't have known about TVD if you just did it by yourself. Like, a lot of the people who work at the Vampire Stalkers tour knows the cast and has been around them because obviously we were filming there for 10 years. Like, they taught us a lot of fun things about TVD. My favorite fact that they told us was that they actually use real wolves when the werewolf scenes are being filmed. I had no clue. I thought it was CGI. I don't even know.
Some of them are. I bet some of them are CGI animated, but
like, my mind would have never have thought that there were real wolves. Like, that's crazy. And then also, if you want like a little map, I kept this so I could show you guys here in the Q&A. This is a real locations, real place map. You can get this at the Alley gift shop. That's where I got mine at least. And on it, it's a big map, and it shows you all the locations from TVD, and they have other shows on here as well. Like, I believe The Walking Dead's on here, The Heat of the Night. There's just other things and like movie locations, because a lot of things are filmed in Covington. So this is really helpful. We actually did use this
like a lot.
So something I want to talk about, because a lot of people were asking about the locations of the houses and everything. So this is crazy. Caroline's house is right here, and Elena's house is right here. They're literally next door neighbors. You literally would have never thought it. It's Caroline's house, a street, and then Elena's house. And then down the block is the Lockwood mansion. And then
turn right at the Lockwood mansion, and it's Isabel's house.
Isabel's house, and next door to it, literally right next door, just like a little tree in the middle, is Graham's house.
They're all really close.
So close. So if you guys want to walk, you totally can. On this map, there's also Whitmore College location, Breeze Bars, the Rock Quarry, the site of Damon and Stefan's transformation. Oh, this map also shows you stuff from the originals, which if you watch the vlog, you would see we also did that as well. So that's really helpful, and you can definitely walk to all these places. But something that we did that's not on this map that I thought was so cool and I got the most questions about was the Salvatore boarding house. Everyone wanted to know, where was it? How did you get there? A lot of people were thinking that our room that we stayed in was actually inside the Salvatore boarding house.
It looks like it would be.
Yeah, because a lot of people were also asking, like, did we visit the Salvatore house, like where Stefan and Damon lived? First of all, I want to clarify, the Stefan and Damon Salvatore house and the Salvatore boarding school are completely different. The Salvatore house was burnt down, or not burnt down, tore down in like 2015, so you can't visit that anymore. But you can visit the Salvatore boarding house, and I'll have the location up here on the screen. And if you guys want to find any of the exact addresses, I'm gonna have every single address of everything we visited in the description box down below. That way you can just put it in your maps copy, paste it, boom. So
it's gonna be so much work.
I know, but just in case you guys want to see everything, I know it's gonna be here on the screen, but you'd have to screenshot it, so I'm just gonna include everything in the description box for you guys and make it super easy. Some other fun places to visit that I also didn't mention was the Salvatore boarding house, obviously, but you can also visit Wickery Bridge. A question that I got from someone was that, can you stop off on Wickery Bridge? And the answer I would say is no.
Well, I feel like you can, but there was construction or something going, or there was an accident actually right as we were passing. So there was a bunch of traffic and there was
Elena?
a bunch of, yeah, that's why I was like, but yeah, there was a tow truck that was blocking that side, remember? I bet you can. It's just there was so much activity around it at that time that we couldn't.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't recommend it because it's really dangerous and oncoming traffic, you could get hit. I wouldn't recommend it, but if you're ballsy and you want to, maybe. And then also, if you guys are Originals fans, which I hope you are, you can visit Conyers, which is where all the Originals was filmed. We visited that as well. I'm not really going to talk about that much in this video, but if you want to see footage from it, you can check my Mystic Falls Part 2 vlog. Next, I'm going to talk about Mystic Grill. So I got a ton of questions about Mystic Grill as well. So I hate to break it to y'all, but the Mystic Grill inside looks absolutely nothing like the show. The outside obviously does, because they filmed on the outside with the same benches, not benches, chairs and tables and the Mystic Grill, but when you go inside, it's nothing like the show that was filmed on a soundstage. So obviously it's still a cool experience because you can eat at the Mystic Grill and say you've ate there, but it's also really cool because when you go upstairs, they have a bunch of signed menus from all of the cast members that have ate there. So they have obviously Damon, Elena, Stefan, pretty sure Klaus was there, Elijah, Bonnie,
all the Legacies people
Legacies too. And another really cool thing you can do is go up to the rooftop and you can get the best pictures with the clock tower in the back. It's so pretty. Someone actually asked me this, how did I plan it so well? Like when we went up there, when I vlogged it, as you guys could see, there was no one up there. They were saying when they went, it was super busy, it was super hard to get pictures.
But we also went during this time.
Yeah, so obviously right now times are a little different, so obviously when we're all back into the swing of things, it's probably going to be way more crowded, but I think we just got lucky.
Yeah.
Everyone was also asking, what's the food like? Is the food good? Babe, is the food good?
Food was great. I really like the fried pickles.
Fried pickles, y'all.
What did we get? Burger, fried pickles, and what was the other thing?
We got a sandwich as well.
Yeah, I like the burger better.
The burger, we got the Mystic Burger, and it's so good. Their French fries,
super
so
cool.
good.
They're like twisted, but they're
If they had that in LA, I would eat there every day. Those fried pickles were something else. And now I want to talk about merch. So a lot of people were asking me about my merch and everything like that. So a lot of questions were about my jewelry. Actually came into Mystic Falls already having the Elena/Rebecca locket. I got this off of Amazon. And then a lot of questions were also about my Katherine jewelry. He actually bought that for me on Etsy. But they do have all the jewelry there. I didn't see Katherine's necklace, but they do have a lot of jewelry from the TVD set, obviously. Like, as you can see, I'm wearing it right now. I got my daylight ring there. He got Damon's daylight ring. I got Elena's. If you guys want to see more of it, you can check the vlog. I keep referencing to the vlogs, but please watch it. I worked really hard on that video. And a lot of people were also asking about just like all my merch. I gave a whole haul in the second part of the vlog, part 2, and I explained where everything was from, and I think they're kind of expensive, not that bad. But honestly, merch is always kind of expensive. I think it's kind of average pricing. Obviously, they're gonna bump it up for tourists, but...
A steak for like 20 bucks?
Yeah.
That's a piece of wood. Sharpened piece of wood for 20 bucks.
And then a lot of people were asking about these blood bags. So, if you guys watch the vlog, I keep saying that, but you would know what I'm talking about.
Watch the vlog.
I kept saying we were looking for blood bags. So a lot of TVD fans, when they go, look for the blood bags, and the people who sell them are the vampire stalkers, the people who do the tour, and they sell out of these so quick. So if you're lucky, they might have them. But when we went, we were there for 3 days, and I went every single day asking. They actually found me on TikTok and were like, when we get the blood bags, you'll be the first to know. Like, and I honestly just ordered them off Amazon. They look like this. They look just like what you would have gotten at the Vampire Stalkers tour, and you can get them for a really good price on Amazon. So if you guys want them, you can get them there as well. So someone asked, how long is the perfect time to stay there? Is a couple days enough? Illy, I love you too. And honestly, so if you want to take a day trip, like say you live in Alabama and you want to take like a little day trip and come home, that's cool. But if you're going out of town and you want to stay in a hotel, or not going, if you're coming from out of town and you want to stay in a hotel, I recommend 2 days minimum. And then you, what do you say, 4 days?
I said 2 days minimum, 4 days max. After 4 days, there's really not much to do.
Does it look / feel how it does on TV? Also, I love you. I love you too. And honestly, yes. At night is when it feels the most TBD. It's kind of spooky.
The bell tower.
The bell tower.
That's
so beautiful.
That's spooky. That feels like how it looks in the show.
Especially when it was raining. When it was raining, it was like so spooky and there was like some thunder. It was literally so insane and it felt like I was in the show. So we're gonna do 2 more questions. Everyone was asking, what was our favorite part of the entire trip? Honestly, my favorite part was probably when I saw the bell tower for the first time. When you see everything for the first time, it just feels so surreal. And I literally was screaming and like almost wanted to cry. Like, it was so intense. It was just like such an overwhelming, like heartfelt experience. And I'm so happy he got to come with me. I feel like it just like made my experience so much better. Also the Lockwood mansion, that was probably, insane.
Tops.
Was that your favorite?
I don't know. Honestly, one of my favorite parts was we were just sitting on the bench in the middle of the square. Like at the little picture we took. That was so nice because you can just feel the energy and like everybody's very chill there and it's very relaxing. And weirdly enough, I think the hotel had a lot to do with our experience. It was kind of nice like seeing everything, but then when we got back home, back to our hotel, we still were in the TVD environment. Yeah, it felt like it wasn't you were going back to like a hotel. Reality. Yeah, it was like you're still on the, it was like you're still on the TVD trip. And last but not least, everyone was asking, would we go to Mystic Falls again? Yes. Honestly, I feel like a lot of people think like once you go once, you don't have to go back because you visited everything and everything like that. But I had the best experience there. Yeah. And I was like so happy. I think I would go there in a heartbeat again if I could. I would literally go tomorrow and do the exact same trip. And like I said, the energy there is just different. And like somebody asked earlier, does it feel like it's where they shot TVD? Yes, it does. It feels like it's exactly how it looks in the show. So I think it's definitely something that I would go do again for sure. So good. Okay, so that's the end of this Q&A. I hope I answered all of your guys' questions. Again, if you have any questions about locations, everything will be in the description box down below. And if you have any more questions, don't be afraid to comment in the comments down below. I'm gonna reply to everybody. That way, in case I did miss a question, I can answer it for you. Do you have anything to say? Do you wanna close it off? No. I don't. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you don't follow me on social media already, you totally should. My Instagram is BrookeTaylorKier. Honestly, all my socials are always linked in the description box down below. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. We're almost at 30K subscribers, which is crazy. I didn't know that. Yeah, we're almost at 30K. Congrats, baby. I know it's not like a whole lot, but it means a lot to me because YouTube is my favorite platform. And I love posting vlogs and videos. So after this video is done, it will be the end of the TBD things on my channel. Obviously, I'll probably still include TBD in my videos and stuff. But we're gonna go to the spooky vlogs, a lot of fashion fall related videos, makeups, get ready with me's, everything like that. So stay tuned for more videos on my channel and I will see you guys in the next video. Love you. Bye.